All right, good morning, St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It's 13 minutes after the 8 o'clock hour, right here in sweet Hiruna, land of the blessed gem of the Antilles, Euromane. We've got in studio this morning Mr. Kingsley Christal and yours truly, Crystal. We're going to take you up until 9:45 this morning. Good morning, sir. How are you?
I had a wonderful weekend.
Oh, yes, 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 yes. On Tuesdays, we go back to the weekend sometimes. Okay, how was your weekend? Okay, you wanted me to ask you that
I
specifically.
had a wonderful weekend because I understand a very good friend of mine who was younger than having fun on the beach. So if you know you were younger than you were on the beach,
Call them the man. Call them the
a
man.
pleasant good morning to you.
Yeah.
One person I understand, Christian, was at the beach but having fun. I wish I was in farm order so that I could have go.
Who's that?
I talk about Miss Valentine.
Oh.
Yeah, so she went to her beach to have some fun. Yeah.
Okay.
Let me
Talk about Miss Valentine.
let me say good morning to my new radio friend, baby baby George, Frankie's wrong mom and his father, Papa Yankee. Morning to all of you who expect me to be here. Wait, we say good morning to my sister Anne Marie the Freitas. And tell good morning. Let me tell you something, right? I had a good weekend when I sit and I decide to think about friends and some people who haven't been around for a while because they're no longer with us. And I'm referring to our former Prime Minister's Press Secretary, Glenn Jackson. Oh, it's I think it was 16 to 17 years. That's a long time.
Really?
Yeah.
So long?
Long. Gone. But I promised myself
What year was that?
I have to thank Searchlight newspaper for over the years allowed me to use their paper to publish an article every year on Glenn Jackson. I didn't do it this year on the Searchlight newspaper, but I did it at my page. So if people want to see what I wrote about, they can probably type in Kingsley and see what show up, okay? I think today or tomorrow, Crystal, is International Women's Day.
Tomorrow
is International Women's Day. So if you are
so you have something outside for us, or you gonna sit down tomorrow morning?
Yeah, I'm probably buy you breakfast. Saltfish and bakes and coconut water. That's what you want?
It's it's several of us here, all the women.
Oh, okay.
You can't pick and choose,
No, I don't pick and choose.
So the meal had to be really big, for share.
Oh, so Crystal wants some breakfast tomorrow.
I say I want some. I say I asking you.
So anybody who listening and want to do me that favor, provide breakfast for the women who work at WAFM. We have at least 4 of them. So
relieving himself of the
tomorrow
responsibility.
is International Women's Day. But Crystal,
Yes, sir.
I'm really worried about our country,
In what way?
Last Tuesday we had Mr. Robinson. Is Robinson his name?
Yes.
Yeah, he spoke. Some people called me after the program and say that we carry him too long, but that is not my responsibility. That's Chris's responsibility. Okay? But and somebody called and say, while they agree with most of what he said, he should have made a presentation from a solution standpoint. Yes, we criticize, yes, we observe, but we do what is taking place. And I am of the impression, Christian, that you can't single-handedly blame Ralph Gonsalves and the Commissioner of Police, Colin John, for the state of crime in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. While when I sat in opposition, I did make a statement that was a bold statement that Sir James and Brandon Hussein should carry the responsibility for the issue of crime. Well, I take back that statement. Okay, so you apologize. No, I just take back the statement. Okay, because now I'm on the platform of WFM, I have to realize that you have to think outside the box. And when you sit and you study the amount of killings we had last year, the figure we are at today, what are some of the answers we should come up with a solution? We look at what taking place, Christian, with the minivans. There's quite a few of them in Overton recently. I don't know if it's irresponsible driving or they're just accident.
What else could it be?
They're just accident, I can remember, Christian, about a year ago, a few months ago, a student was accused of going to a school with a brass knuckle to box down a teacher.
You hear what happened to him now?
You can imagine that, Christal?
He took a pipe. They said he
A
took a
piece of
pipe
pipe
and beat up his stepfather
to beat up his
because
stepfather.
his stepfather said that he cannot purchase a toy gun on
So
Amazon.
we was going to the toy gun.
I don't know.
I know what we should do.
Nobody
with them.
knows, but it was bought, and the parents tried to return it and get a refund, but it was purchased. So because he was told no, that's the way the story
The boy
goes.
get vicious. Hit his stepfather a piece of pipe.
Something is extremely wrong there.
What is going on? And somebody is accused of chopping up somebody and burying him in a small grave.
Well,
what's going on with people's mind, Christal?
there are a few things about that. If you read the last story concerning that, the two guys, so the 22-year-old brother and a teenager, 15-year-old boy.
Yeah, I don't call him boy, because he's a real boy.
A 15-year-old boy. They can't even publish.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. You get picked up for a murder. You can't even plea.
Because
and they can't even.
You're not at the age.
You cannot even. Yeah, they cannot even publish your name or your photograph.
But you're involved in criminal activity.
Not only any criminal activity, you know.
Taking the life of
is
somebody.
The type and the kind of gruesome murder it was.
Well, I tell you, that's why I tell you, Christal, I had a good weekend. I sat and I sit and I listen and I think, what is creating the problem with today's society?
People
and the thinking, a poor parenting, a poor community. What is it, Christal?
People.
I mean, we have a macho audience. This is the way for me and morning, right? And they will tell you, Christal, I came through troublous time. I didn't do those things. And some people may say, well, I did some incarceration. I'm a changed person. But do you think that prison really changed people?
Not everybody. The guy.
You can imagine a guy went.
Let me not go down.
A guy went to a window to a peep show, and a child 3 years old, and
he didn't go to the window. He was inside the house. The story said he was inside the house.
He was inside?
He was inside the bedroom.
Well, he lucky come out alive?
Right? With his apparatus.
Trying to do something
in his hand, pants down. And he was the neighbor. So it's not to say he stumbled upon and he didn't know, he knew. And here the messed up part about that story with the 54-year-old man, he went to jail for it already. Sick. And then coming to tell the court, oh, he didn't do it. And then coming around to say, oh, he not sure what's going on with him. You know, you're nasty. Story done.
Christal, I'm really bothered with our today's society, because have 99.9% of the people in Symmetry is trying their best, and it's a small minority who's making a lot of noise and doing things and putting us in a worrying situation where the homicide, the burglary, want to molest 3 years old girl, men trying to get close to little boys. Oh my Jesus, I wonder.
Trying to get, some of them are unfortunately, regrettably succeeding.
I mean, I just can't understand what's taking place in today's society. Civil society, what about the churches, what to the community? You know what I mean? A boy was accused one time for taking a brass knuckle to beat up a teacher. Now he gets involved with a piece of pipe because he wants to have his own way. Another one kill another one, chop him and bury in a grave. Well, a father gone into somebody's house doing things he shouldn't do. And then it's really frightening to see what's taking place. And we were young, we hear people speak about role models. People say, oh, you're the bossing boy your area. I have to boast by my area because I could name you people in my area off the top of my head who are unsung heroes, who are role models and relatively young people who is doing a relatively good job. I could tell you, it's a gentleman named Hope Martin. Yeah, he's from up in Fabian Pasture. He used to work with Lee at one time. A model Vincentian. Tommy King from Top Bel-Air. Elvis Brown, former police officer. Mr. John, current commissioner of police in Silverstone, he's from our area. Victor Byron, a teacher, retired. Jimmy Ford, still involved in the business. Curtis King, yes, Curtis King, the today's politician of my era, is a role model to people in our era. Dr. Sinclair Barker, Joy Matthews, teacher Joy Matthews, Janet Matthews, Cynthia Brown, Hope, Mr. and Mrs. Wright, Miss Williams, Pastor Sonny Williams, Gary Cornerbash, who sits every Thursday night with the gospel trade. You know what I mean? People I could just point out at the top of my head. Miss Patsy Holder, people from my era that live a life where people could say, I would want to be like you. You are a model. But you don't hear about them. You don't hear about the unsung heroes and people who do extreme good things in our community. You hear about a small minority of vagabonds who trust and go to a life of criminality and want to be speaking about. Sometimes, what are they speaking about them? But, do we have a choice? We have to raise the ills in society that is creating a problem. Because if people around my age and a little younger than I am will tell you, when you enter that Fountain Villa area, you could speak to anybody. Some people will say, when Elvis Brown was a police officer, he was a no-nonsense guy. When Elvis Brown was a no-nonsense guy, straight up kind of guy. Tommy King was a no-nonsense teacher. By the teacher in the Daphne era, people spoke to him as teach. He's coming in with Victor Byron. Dr. Sinclair Barker, when you make a right or left to go into White Bridge, a sharp man is an agriculturist, he's working on Antigua and Service for quite some time. Like I said earlier, Mr. and Mrs. Moore, right? One used to be a teacher, one used to be a retired police officer. You have Pastor Sonny Williams, who had the God Tidings Tabernacle Church. Gary, who sit there every Thursday into the gospel train, who in his business to employ people and nurture them. But you have some minority of persons who are creating some homicides. A man gone in somebody's house doing something that he was in prison for, spending 7 years and he come out and do the same thing.
I go back and just stay in there one time.
Well, they should actually cast a place just for you, especially Christal. We go to the court sometime and you hear the magistrates and the lawyers medicating for their client, and the magistrates have to sit and listen to a lawyer defend a criminal, but because he has some level of right and he acts straight at the most of the court and say, well, I am guilty, so 1/3 of the sentence is reduced immediately. I want when people find and they are charged and convicted by the court, the magistrates and judges must throw the books at them. Throw the books at them.
No, listen, I don't know how they do it sometimes. The magistrates like Ricky Burnett, Brian Cottle, Rashan Brown. I'd probably lose my cool.
Bunch of pumping persons.
I'll lose my cool.
But that's why
every day.
That's why they're so highly trained.
Yeah. You know, so kudos to you guys and lady. Because I don't know, to sit down and listen to all these ills over and over and over, and then you listen to people who are not taking responsibility for their lives and their actions over and over and over. You know that there are people out there who do differently, who take responsibility for their actions. Okay, they get in trouble, and then to have to see the same face over and over.
You know, Christal, it's really mind-boggling.
Kudos to you.
And as you say, the magistrates, they are trained and they have to sit there and make analysis of the post before, because it's very rare. Sometimes you go to the traffic court, Christal, for a minor, a summary offense, and the magistrate will ask the prosecutor, anything known against him, I don't like that, because they also go back to your past to try to deal with you in the present. I don't think that. Your past shouldn't be a grounds for.
Why not?
Because you already paid that price.
You paid the price, yes, but you repeated the offense.
Similar offense.
Right. So then what? It shows a pattern. So let's bring up the past.
Well, go to you really long, so not a lawyer. Okay, well, go to jail once you come in front of you.
No, we made lawyer or magistrate. Lawyer or judge.
What judge
Yeah, but that is how they come to sentences. They consider whether or not the person is this a first time offender.
Yeah.
Right, that is part of the mitigating and aggravating factors that are considered or deliberated whenever they come up with the sentences.
But Christal, I agree with you that it's trying to sit as a magistrate and a judge solicitor, so both defense and prosecutor trying to get you to persuade you to punish this person or to acquit the person, right? That's what they try. And when you're accused of an infringement, Christal, here what happens? You don't necessarily have to go to prove you're innocent. The prosecutor have to prove that you are guilty. So the tendency always go with you because you don't have to go and prove you're guilty. But hey, because post solicitors last Tuesday, Christal, and they said that Mr. Robinson didn't have any solution points, I want you to call this morning and make some suggestion to how we can deal with the ills of today's society. Christal indicated to me we're going to take a break.
Mock hanging.
And you remember your mommy told about those mock hanging? There's a guy from Fountain in Caspi. He used to do that on weekend. The whole place is full too.
We need to have a mock hanging for that 54-year-old person.
Yeah, we will hang up for that time, Christal.
And all the others.
Yeah. I don't think he done that.
I don't know. That might just be turned into a block or a lime after.
Shame them.
That is part of the problem. Things that are held, things that are kept underground, things that you make some of these perpetrators comfortable, too comfortable. Some of them are psychopaths, by the way. Right. You can't do nothing but those guys, but just lock them up and keep them.
Right. So we would like to hear from you. What is some of the solutions you think we should deal with the issue of helping this society with the ills? We deal with those comments after this 8:30 break.
All right, and the WhatsApp number is 457-9994. The number to call when we come back is 457-9997. Let's take a quick break and come right back right here on Activated Mornings.
Whatever you are celebrating, birthdays, anniversaries, engagements, retirement, or just celebrating life, the place to be is at Basil's Bar Kingstown. Established for over 38 years, we are open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner with an exquisite ambiance. We have a set menu and 3 avenues to choose from, and we are flexible to all requests. We go above and beyond to serve you. Basil's Bar, it's more than just a meal, it's an adventure. Questions at 457-2713.
We FM 99.9, home of quality programs of information of voices and music. We FM 99.9, the clean first sound. Visit us online at www.999wefm.com or call 457-9994. We FM 99.9, the clean first sound.
St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It's a whole new world out there. Reaching new customers and getting products faster. That's what it's about. Ocean freight rates are skyrocketing, so don't pay more for slower service. It's time to switch to faster, more reliable air cargo service with SkyMax Cargo. Uply to and from the USA, Puerto Rico, and the Caribbean islands, providing excellent import, export, e-com solutions to put you ahead of the competition. For special low rates on small packages and air cargo, contact SkyMax today. 784-456-5400. Local agents SwiftPack, Interbrand Cargo. Call 784-456-5400 to book your shipments today.
How we live? Hybrid life, living on the hybrid life. What you feeling? Hybrid life, living on the hybrid life. In the one time we now watch phone bill. That's when the contract is a sure thing. How we didn't keep a plan name? If you don't know about it, then they better slide me. How we hybrid life, living on the hybrid life. What you feeling? Hybrid life, living on the hybrid life. In the hybrid life, living on the hybrid life. What you feeling? Hybrid life, hybrid life. With
Fourth View hybrid plan. Postpaid and prepaid come together as one with no overages, no contract, no deposit, and no catch. Bundle up now and get 50 gigabytes of data and 2,000 anywhere minutes for only $55 per month, plus a discounted smartphone.
See the new phone plan that Flow made? You could turn postpaid to prepaid.
This is 99.9 Radio. Turn it up.
All right, then we got 26 minutes before we head to the top of the hour, 9 o'clock this morning in studio. Mr. Kingsley Christal and yours truly, Christal, going to take you up until 9:45. That's when we wrap things up on Activated Mornings this morning. The number to call is 457-9997. The number to WhatsApp is 457-9994. Remember as well on WhatsApp, you could send a message, you could send a voice note, and you can call via WhatsApp, the WhatsApp number. Don't call the WhatsApp number because it's going to end up outside.
That's a lot of avenue to get to us, and we really want to help you how we can deal with the ills of today's society where they're making it bad for our country. And let me say a special good morning to Baby George and Papa Yankee. Good morning to Gloria, Mrs. Valentine, and Mr. and Mrs. Crichton, who is listening to us in the Queen Drive area. It's good to know that you're listening. Imagine a man was caught. A 69 years old partially blinded man was caught with a gun. And he said he was walking around with the gun empty to frighten people when they accuse him. Now, you know what he did? 2.5 years in prison. If I think he deserved that, he was caught with an unlicensed gun. The law said he could be charged 20,000 and 7 years. Well, the man should give him 2.5 years. I think that he deserves that. You walk around with a gun. Hello, gun is to kill people. The bullet don't kill people. He said he didn't have any bullet inside. He said he didn't have any intention to kill you. You only wanted to frighten you. Well, frighten could kill you and give me a heart attack, hold me heart, and me jack bomb, boop, dead. Okay, no, go do your job. And I am one person who believes that marijuana, yes, tampi, ganja, weed, whatever they call it, is a gateway drug. And people who involved in smoking marijuana are going to try to defend. It's Jack created it, but it has overuse could create some negative impact. Why others mix it with cocaine and call it Zuki? Why others drink it with rum? Not to get extra high because it ain't getting all the one come and carry all the believe all the go fly. Just having for the chocolate, I don't know. You know what I mean?
No, I don't know what you mean.
They usually excuse of smoking marijuana and say it is not getting them high, but they mix it with cocaine and call it a Zuki. It gives a sweet fragrance off. But if they're drinking a pity of rum and smoking marijuana and blends up with empire, say they want to get high and tell me that marijuana is good for them, how can it be good for them? It make you go from one job to the other. And now they say, oh, there's a disguise, they call it medical marijuana. No, man walking down.
Rastafarians don't have the same complaints, you know.
Rastafarians don't treat me like a bum?
Rastafarians, I don't hear or see Rasta, like real Rastas, with the same kind of complaints that other people have.
See,
with marijuana.
Using weed?
That is part of their religion.
Oh, okay.
Leave them.
Seems as though you don't convert to the Rastafari.
No. Just because I am accepting of a person's religion does not mean that that's the religion I am leaning toward. That's the religion that I'm in. It's their religion. If they use marijuana as part of their worship or celebration or anything, that is them. It's a plant from the land. Hello, good morning.
Morning. I call in early.
Thank you.
I just want to clarify a point that I made the last time in terms of education. And I know a lady calling and tell me, but when you talk about education is not just certification enough. and qualification, you go into school and become certified. Because they have people who certify and they can't really function. As Kingsley rightly said, he into business, he taught himself, and that is also education.
Yes.
Someone who is self-taught, you learn a trade, that is also education.
Definitely.
So it is not only certification. Because some people just tell you that get an education, not certification. You know, because I remember Dr. Cox telling my son to get a good education, go out and explore.
Yes.
So it's not just only certification. Learning on your own, going out, having road sense and those other things, all of that is education.
Yes. Yes.
And I want to make another point in terms of marijuana and so forth. I know it is basically legalized in terms of the certain quantities, but what I would like to see, Kingsley, is that when you're using those drugs, you stay within your own space. I think we had too much of that in the public, and sometimes you're in a area and a man just come and light up, you can't talk to him, you're going to start to cuss you and those other things.
Frankie, I went to a restaurant yesterday, right? Well, last night. The first thing I smell is marijuana scent. When I look over, so I see a familiar face, so I know they smoke marijuana. I just say, hello, you need to take a smoking outside. I have to leave, you know. The man gave like a beat.
No, that is what happening.
Yes.
Sometimes you go to a football game, you sit down. Couple of guys come, they light up, and you can't talk to them, they want to fight you.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think even though they legalize certain quantities, it should not be done in the smoking and things should not be done in the public. And you see man going on with all kind of big boom and thing in the hand all over the place and there are no respect at all for no one, not even police.
Yes, yes.
So I think you should make it that you could if you want to use it at home. Find some way that you're not interfering with no one else.
Yes, yeah, because I can remember I have a police friend, some in Barley, used to call him Bongsa. He used to be
the Bongsa, well.
He tell him for the father want to smoke out the grass like grasshopper go up in the hills. When he wrong, you have to have a level of respect for the policeman. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, them guys has no respect at all. Absolutely zero respect. Yeah. And it's something that I would like to see they implement.
Yes, of course.
And not only man and a woman too.
Yeah, well,
lighting up big joints.
I tell them, man, I want to know something going on. If they have a competition between the gender, if who roll the biggest split. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, I like the smell. I'll be honest with you, but I never smoke marijuana. Yeah.
I can't take the scent. I don't like the scent.
Oh, okay.
And there's a village up in Enum where I live. And I never see so much crazy man in one area. and it's all long to, no, you're laughing. Well, a little confined area. It's a lot of crazy guy up there, and all because of ganja. And when you talk to people, tell you, boy, it's ganja. And some of them abusing it. Yeah, man, go just smoke it. Like they might smoke one a day, but some people really abuse it.
But
really abuse.
Frankie,
okay, so it's the abuse of the drug, really.
I know a man smoking a weed, drinking a pity as strong. Man, you want to know how much head he want to carry one time? Yeah? Really
he got problems.
Can you imagine that?
Yes, too, but they're talking about they're not violent, but they get dead, dumb, and lazy and all kind of thing when they smoke.
Yes,
they get dead, dumb, and lazy. They what I mean.
They're lazy before they're smoking.
I would really want to see the authorities stop down and smoking in public.
I definitely think
smoking weed, but not in the public. Don't interfere with me. I don't smoke. And don't come and meet me somewhere and start to light up and I can't talk to you.
I suppose you.
But some of it is, even before authorities and what's that, it's just respect, you know. There are people out there who are suffering from asthma and other respiratory ailments, and people just decide to just smoke, and it's not just marijuana, it's cigarettes. They just smoke wherever they want. Like, how you going to be in a public space? And not only that, something I have a problem with is when they're going into minibuses. Oh, my goodness me. You're going to catch a van. Stop smoking like half an hour before, man. You stand up at the bus stop, you see people there smoking, they out it, and they get into the van. The whole van light up.
Definitely.
It's just respect,
And when offload used to run, boy, when you go offload and you come back out like you stink a ganja, man.
You come out of a smoking
Stink a
chimney.
ganja, man.
Yes, smoke a chimney.
Stink a ganja. I mean, you have to have respect. You want to smoke, go outside and smoke a thing, man.
Yeah. So
go outside and smoke and come in.
Including
smoke calling people.
Including how's your mom? She's okay?
Yeah, everybody good. I hear them big up already. They're choosing her. They listening. When I go up to the season, they're gonna tell me they hear me.
I'm sure I have
they're listening.
I'm sure I have two listeners, Papa Yankee and Baby John for sure.
Definitely.
Yes, man.
I'm going to a meeting, so we'll talk.
Yes, man. Have a great day, Frankie.
Take care.
Okay.
Yeah, you.
4579997. Send your thoughts at 4579994. I'm not to sitting alongside Christian, so I can see if his comments are coming. She will let you know when they are in.
Well, they know now. They didn't know before.
No, when I follow the guy who tell me what is it the next idea. What is it, Mr. Week?
I don't know.
Yeah, okay.
Whatever floats your boat. Let me get some responses in on the WhatsApp. Let us start with smoking cigarettes and drinking alcohol. This is far more dangerous than drugs, and yet they are advertised and celebrated. Easily accessible. Do it responsibly. Anything in moderation is fine, is when you start abusing it and using it in excess. Sugar is good for your body, but if you consume too much, then you see where it can take you. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. You would want to speak up for me, please?
Good morning.
Hey, morning. Good morning.
Get back this morning.
Your connection is kind of poor, so we're not able to hear you properly.
We're not hearing you properly as we would like to. So you could probably try call back or angle your phone in a different position if you use a cell phone.
Send a voice note.
Yeah,
you hear me? Sorry?
I said, what does get me vexed? Salary going up. I mean, cost of living is going up so high now. That I just don't have anything. So I want to know why they not the salary. And it's not fair.
Okay, thanks. Right. She wants to know everything is good except your salary. Hello, you have to contact Minister of Finance and Permits. I'm going to have to speak to that. Oh, no, Jackson.
So everybody's salary?
No, Jackson was there yesterday, and I only do speak about the politics, not about the aids and the things that created the problem in society. Yeah, okay, all right. Yeah, I pay attention to everything,
That's not what's on my mind right now. Let me go back to the callers. Okay, let us take a pin on that one. Finish up this one here before we get distracted, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so write that down. Don't forget it. Another response. That's true. One can smoke, but they have to be mindful of the elderly and young children. No. They don't care. Actually, I had an experience about 2 weeks ago with that. And it is not surprising, but it was disappointing that it was young, like teenagers. Anyways, no one can say they can't smoke, but do it in a place that's not affecting people, especially if one is allergic to certain smells. Just respect, Respect hard. Respect like it's real hard. It's like climbing a mountain. Respect is something that is lacking in our society. Not just marijuana, but also the use of portable speakers and the loud play of music with explicit content with no respect for who is around. That is it. So maybe the question we should be asking, how do we fix the respect? Or why don't people have respect for other people?
Well, I was listening to the Shaker program yesterday and I heard somebody speak about the issue of people playing loud music even affecting churches. But here, you want any people who play music louder than churches? Come on, I have one next
The
to me.
loud music.
Yeah.
I think what he's speaking about is the loud music with explicit content.
Yeah,
So your notes, your P word, the other words that are never to be mentioned on radio, but sometimes you hear them. Those words.
So those people who feel annoyed with the loud cymbals coming to churches don't have a to voice their opinion and say, well,
No, but the churches, whenever, okay, so you have a session, whatever you're doing, whether it's worship or you're just praising God. I mean, it's always praising God, but do they use profanity?
No, but if you come next to me and you have a church, I will give you a Daniel comment special. Okay.
That's not nice.
But you get things done.
That is not nice. That is not nice. Because in one vein you cannot that's not nice.
You prefer the Chris rock special or the Daniel rock?
Neither.
Oh, yeah. Right. Okay. Right. I like each of them.
That's not nice.
Yeah. You don't like those things that get things done, eh? Okay. Yeah.
No, because you're sending a kind of message, and that's not nice.
By doing something
that is not nice.
Get immediate result.
It doesn't. Okay, so you're disgruntled about something, so you're gonna resort to throwing stones. That's not nice.
After what eventually took place.
That is not nice because
everything was fixed.
People,
everything was fixed.
No, is the message you're sending too. That's the way we resolve problems. That's the way we fix things. We throw things and we resort to acts of violence. That's an act of violence.
So Christal is saying that once you do it with respect, you could pelt the stone. Okay.
I never said that.
Okay. So.
I did not say that. I said resorting to acts of violence is not nice.
Well, I don't participate in violence. I can't.
But you said you will.
I can't
give them.
Well, if some action get result.
That is not the right way to go. We're sitting here asking people for suggestions to resolve the ills in society. But you're saying in the same breath that you will contribute to one of the ills in society. That's not making much sense.
So when somebody is accused and go before the magistrate and he wants to send it to prison, but he could use the criminal code 120 and say, okay, I'm reprimanding you on discharge, I'm giving you a non-constitutional sentence, go outside and do that. So what he's doing, encouraging you to do bad still, but by not sending you to prison, or he's being lenient and say, well, I'm giving you a second chance.
Where in there is there anything about pelting stones?
Well, pelting stone, not figurative pelting stone, Christal, not something that an action is the way you get things done. It's a magistrate. Your mom probably hear about this one. His name was Munz, from Richland Park. You know what that convict tell him already? He said, man, hey now, if you send me jail, send me jail. Because the amount of old talk Munz used to give is like taking you for a ride around the place. So a criminal tell him, man, cut the old talk and send me jail, man. So people could speak to you in a particular tone of voice, get your attention, and you change. But some people decide you can't change, they just bend for bad. My thing is for people, once you're convicted and you exist all your legal rights, you must be jailed, regardless to what you're convicted for. Jail sentences may deter some people from thinking.
Let's take a call.
Yes, go ahead.
Hello, good morning. There's an echo.
Good morning. I like to say about the
Excuse me. Hi. There's an echo. Right? So here's what I want you to do, because every time I speak, I'm hearing it back. I want you to send me a voice note with the birthday greeting, and we'll share it at the end of the program. All right? All right. So, okay. Let's take another call. Hello, good morning.
Hey, morning, Christal. Morning, Kingsley.
Morning, sir.
I don't know. I don't know if Kingsley is joking when he's talking about the church making noise too. But we have to ask the question if the intent of the church is to create a disrespect to the community compared to people playing their music with their profanity and all that stuff in public.
I
You understand? Because we could go off and say and kind of joke about it, but we're using a very important word, respect. I think everyone has lost respect for each other. And I mean, growing up in St. Vincent, I never saw what I seen happening now. And we talk about the young man who killed his brother with the 15-year-old friend or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think that both of them should get maximum penalty and give his name.
The name of who?
Of the 15-year-old.
No.
Why?
Once you are under, yes, it is. Yes, it is. However, it doesn't matter what it is, right? Once you are under a certain age, they do not release the name or the image. Well, they shouldn't, because I'm just looking at another story where they didn't do that.
Why?
That's just how it is.
The portrait of father.
Because I think the reasoning. Okay, let me not say that's just how it is, but that is how it is. But I think the reasoning behind it is.
No, we know that's how it is. That's how it is.
The younger you are, possibly the more likely you are for, I'm forgetting the word now, rehabilitation. So perhaps they are trying to protect in the sense, and remember, you're innocent until proven guilty as well. So perhaps they're trying to protect the future of the individual. Okay, you make a mistake, you get in trouble. Should they go ahead and post the image that everybody remembers, and then they go ahead and change their lives 5 years onwards, or the same year or 2 years onwards, and then the reputation, they can't get a job, they can't do this, that. Maybe that's the reasoning behind it for a particular age.
Understood, but the time right now, it's just crazy with these young people, and they have to find some sort of stiffer penalties or something. I don't know. They have a saying that they say gun don't kill people, it's people that kill people.
Yeah, doesn't matter the weapon.
And it's just crazy. And the young people nowadays, and you got to remember too, nowadays they have young people smoking even before they go to class.
Yep. Some of them are actually selling too. Some young individuals.
So totally out of the window, and nobody have respect for even the elderly, because you could just, like you say, you're standing at the bus stop, and people just light up like nothing.
Yep.
But fortunately, that's the way the world is now. But they gotta find some kind of stiffer penalties or what. And up here in New York, here, I mean, you see some young people, and they just, I don't even know.
I know.
But you gotta find some way to get people to save them young people. But the church intent, I don't think, is to disrespect the community. So even if we had more of that, might be better. But people playing the loud music and the raw garbage is just totally. That's where we lose the respect.
Okay, man. Thank you.
Anyway, enjoy your guys' program.
All right, thank you so much.
Yeah, but Christal, you talk about forgiving society. A few years ago, a young lady was accused of doing something in public that she shouldn't do. She was a teacher, and people name and shame the girl because the receiver of the services of at the time by the lady was not expected. Lack of respect was embedded in it. She had to leave St. Vincent and Grenadiers. Sometimes I sit and I wonder what she's currently doing now, because she used to be a teacher. I ask myself, is she grabbing the opportunity for a second chance to where she is? Because this society in St. Vincent and Grenadiers love to name and shame you. And boy, I tell you, it's really sad. Yeah. You remember what to talk about, right?
No, I don't remember that instance.
I'll tell you off air. Yeah, I want to go into the graphics thing. Yeah, okay, right. Well, it's approaching 9 o'clock.
We got 2 minutes. Let me read some responses. please send a voice note. All right. The Bible said, make a joyful noise unto the Lord, all the land. Somebody says, like, excuse me, thank you, sir, madam. I'm not too sure what that was in response to.
Justifying the church is making amplified music so loud to annoy other people.
It's not noise.
Make
The
a
reason you
joyful
find
noise.
it's noise is because the devil, that's the devil.
Right? Imagine that.
That's the devil in you. Come on, come to church.
So open church
Come
left,
to
right, and
church.
center and play the music loud. And
How often do the churches play the
sing
loud
hallelujah
music?
for long as you want.
How often?
And then
How
the
often?
spouses use
You see,
the
that's
Bible
probably part of the problem too.
to justify.
You're fighting
making
down
noise.
the wrong things.
Well,
Let the church praise God. More people need to go back to God. You understand? Go back to God. Why the resistance?
Go back to Jesus.
Go back to Jesus.
Even
Even if you don't want to go back to church, go read your Bible. Go read Proverbs. Just read Proverbs. That is it. You don't have to join a religion. You read Proverbs.
Join a religion, okay? Don't join the one that smoke marijuana.
You don't have to. You don't tell people what to do, to which religion,
No,
and don't join. Why not?
I just make it a
What if
suggestion.
Rastafarians have the ultimate truth? What if?
Burning ganja as a symbol.
What do they burn in churches? What do they burn in
It's
churches?
not a symbol. And
No, what do they burn?
Like incense and so.
They burn herbs, no? What do they burn?
They don't burn the herbs.
Okay. Do you understand the meaning behind things that happen in the Anglican, Catholic, Methodist, or Pentecostal church?
I couldn't speak.
Do you understand the meaning behind all
I
of
couldn't
that?
speak to the Pentecostal church. That's why I tell. I have left the Anglican church a long time because I recognize that the Anglican and Methodist is not what I want to be associated with.
You don't have to understand a person's religion, but I think tolerance will go a long way. That is their thing. It is not disrespecting anybody. They are not harming anybody else. You do your thing. If that's what your spirit gravitates to, your spirit gravitates to Anglicanism, your spirit gravitates to Pentecostal. That's why there's have so much war between religions, because nobody just wants to accept that there can be a difference.
Yeah, and just before we go for another break, let me remind listeners of VFM from 6 o'clock until 7 o'clock, there will be scriptural thoughts with Brother Joel Jack and Mr. So, VFM 6, 7.